Here we are. This is volunteer yard. Um, you can see the rail cars going to the hidden staging. Over here we have a turntable that we just installed this past fall for the STEAM program. And we see some TS Heritage units. The two tracks in the background where the grain cars are, that's the Clinch Valley. This is the fuel pad. Maintenance way office. Dispatchers center. And the Clearfork division headquarters. This is the material staging yard. Keep all of our equipment. This is the south, prone to washouts, etc. The scenery is based in the fall time. And we're actually facing north. The tunnel there, that's actually part of the yard lead, the drill track. It actually ends a quarter way beyond that, underneath this loader. This top portion up here, this is where the TVA power plant's going to be. The dumper does work. This right here is the siding at Henley. We actually have markers on the layout that tell you where you are and the speed restrictions. This area is the next to be scenic. We'll have the bus stop there. Back where you see the cranes, it's going to be the Dennis Blake scrapyard. The area here, this is going to be all city highway. There's a bunch of restaurants in Knoxville. This Railway Express Company building is actually going to turn into the Moore Company building, which gets box cars, just various merchandise. Where the plastic cars are, that's going to be Lewis Plastic. This American Hardware building is actually going to get chopped up and placed on that backdrop. And here's my pride and joy. That's Tennessee River Bridge in front of the University of Tennessee. This will also be the next area to be complete. Working on the boats right now for the Vol Navy. Get a scene divider here. This is the south end in Yukon. This is one of our most photogenic areas. You got Kenny Hill Propane. And this is the north end of Yukon. This is a mine that I scratch built, kit bashed out different parts. You can see it's front end loader and chute, so it's a single car load out. And normally if you got to pick up or set out, it's written right here on dry erase board. This is the Pillsbury Industry. It's based on a actual industry in Martell, Ohio that actually switch out on a real railroad. Cold storage back there in the back. It's based out of a industry in Columbus, Ohio. Buffalo Industries. You get paper. They make cardboard products. It's based from an industry in Delaware, Ohio. And you can actually, sometimes we have the door open. Kind of hard to see in this video, but there is a dock there. We go on down to Maine, going north, go through the Indian Mountain State Park area, and on the other side of the bridge. when you pop out on the other side of the bridge, you come underneath the staircase. And this is an area that we're currently working on. Just need to add trees and we're finished. This is the Ben Adams Coal and Coke Company. Single car loadout. If you've ever heard the Kentucky Headhunter song Dumas Walker, it's one of my favorite songs as a kid. So I took this lifelike building and did that up and added outhouses. And put a graveyard in. This is starting into the town of Jellico. This is Cantrell Plastics. It's named after a real industry in Jellico that's been out of business for many years. They used to make brass products, railroad did serve them. We need to finish this area off. Coca-Cola plant, which is actually a scaled down version of what the real one looks like. Rescue Squad building. You got a barn, photo shop. These buildings are the last ones to finish in town. They're pharmaceutical buildings, furniture companies. And then we come into the yard itself. Got a 5-track yard and a team track. Right now we still got stuff setting out, like all the pedestals and everything from the big steam ops fest that we had. Still got the car show going on. I might leave that up for a little while because I kind of like it. Here we see some engines sitting idle at Jellico on a runaround track at the depot. This is a Rocky Top scheme. And the Jeep 40 there, 4290, was the last one I painted, and it's been a while. 4292's sister unit painted Southern Tuxedo scheme. Here we got some rail fans camped out. This is the office building where the crews go on duty. Maintenance away. And we also have a little Amtrak pickup station. So continuing on north, there's Highway 25W. There's what the scenery looks like through the cut. This is Fairview, Kentucky. We just crossed the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. There is a defect detector here. This will eventually work. You got another, this is where we make another meet. This is lot. You circle around the back side of the Helix and you go under. If you've ever been in the South, you got a lot of kudzu. So last trip I noticed that kudzu have been eating trees. So put some trees in and kudzu took over. Once you get down the Helix, you pop out of this tunnel here. This is Bell County number 3 or 2, I mean. The little background building there actually lights up. It's got fiber optics in it that all the little lights that would be on the conveyor belts and the doors, they all light up. Only thing left to do on this level is finish the backdrops, put the trees in. We'll probably be done with that in the spring. The flood loader on the cold ranch here will actually work eventually. We use Brummie's rubber coal, so that adds some operations. A guy will be able to sit here and load coal trains. And you got to have a track to unload the chemical that they make dynamite and blasting agent stuff out of. These are all mine supply cars. We'll add some roads in here. This is the coal branch. The way I did this is actually based on I believe it's Illinois Central area. I remember seeing a photo in Trains magazine, I believe, of a Jeep basically sandwiched between rock. I don't know how they ever laid track in there, but I thought that was neat. This river's almost to my liking, and we'll put that in. You can see the backdrop going in. There'll be heavy trees in the little gap area there. Then you come into Doss Yard, or the beginning. This is CPNM. Got instructions what track to go in. This begins yard limits. The two tracks closest to us here belong to the coal branch. And the furthest back track's a wood chip industry owned by Georgia Pacific. And right about here is going to be the end of scenery. And we're going to put a backdrop or some sort of divider in this area with a highway bridge, possibly. Not really sure yet, but that's the end of scenery. And this begins staging. The intermodal train there. It's one of the SD70 Aces that the TS owns. It's on the siding, track behind us main. And a panel for the inbound crews, outbound crews. Engine storage track. Here's where the yard master sits. We've got plugins ever so often. And basically, you just loop the track, or loop the train around the tracks, and we restage at this point. Where the coal steel car is there. That's a Clinch Valley. It's a stub track. All we do, we either pull head first in, or we loop it and shove it in. So, and in between all that, this kind of gives you a idea of the hidden staging. So, hope you enjoyed the tour. Check us out on Facebook, Tennessee Southern Model Railroad, and or write a message. So, talk to y'all soon.